inside your head. The mirrors are the beds. They sleepwalk. The mirrors are the beds. They sleepwalk. The mirrors are the beds.
I wrote that yesterday in what I call the portal of prayer. This is the portal of insanity while I sit with Andrea Camilleri right there, and mother and child right behind me. I've written 8 songs in this position, 2 songs in the portal of prayer, 3 songs outside my friend's restaurant, Bar Tinia, right there, further up that way, a couple of 100 meters. I'm taking beer, cafe, and food on credit in every direction, while they just keep on walking in their insanity. It's just the truth. I've now written, I'm just trying to calculate it exactly right, 8 songs in this position, 1 partly inspired that way in Cafe Porto Po, and two songs in the portal of reality, the portal of insanity here, 8 songs, and 3 songs outside my friend's restaurant, Baratinia. I've written 13 songs on this street, while 99% of the moving adults just keep on moving. I'm sitting next to their tributed writer right here, and Andrea Camilleri, and from 1 single metre away, they can't see, hear, or feel a single word I've got to say. I wrote that at the start of a storm yesterday. Did you catch? There's a storm overhead, the mirrors are their beds, and that is exactly where they are. They're walking past in a world of ultimate delusions, and they've been like this for 10 years. I'm not lying. I've watched for 12. Absolutely unaware of any single sound or any single word from 1 single metre away. In this very section, next to Andrea Camilleri, right there, as their tributed writer, I'm sitting 1 metre away, right there, 1 single metre away, while they're sitting on the chair taking their pictures, and they can't see, hear, or feel a single word I got to say in Italian or English. And I'll give an example. And they can't hear when I say this either. Do you know which bambini? In Italian, that's ma solo sono tre parole. Outside the church, with mother and child right there, and next to their tributed writer, I'm saying that while they're walking past this 20-metre section, and they refuse to hear that too. And I'm saying this too. And the people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, Simon and Garfunkel, Paul Simon, 1964, and much, much more than that. And they absolutely refuse, fiercely, Laverita Pericolo, to hear, see, or feel a single word of truth I say, while I'm sitting here as the only other writer other than Andrea Camilleri's statue. From 1 single metre away, they absolutely refuse to hear the truth that I'm saying in English, Italian, or Deutsch. Example. Figlio di realtà cosa vedi? Kinder realtà, was siehst du? Child of reality, what do you see? From 1 single metre away, outside the church, with mother and child right there, Andrea Camilleri, their tributed writer, right there. From 1 single metre away, I'm not lying, I'm sitting right there, I'm taking a beer there right now, right there. From 1 single metre away, they refuse to hear the truth in English, Italian, or from the greatest writers of all time. All in this section, the portal of insanity. Some really positive stuff too. It's a really beautiful place. I know many people here, funny enough. They're the ones that didn't judge me in half a second because, well, I haven't had a shave, my hair's long, my clothes are dirty, and my shoes smell like shit. And it's been like this for 10 years. But they just continue. They walk into this arena of complete delusional insanity, excuse me, and they can't see, hear, or feel a single word from 1 single metre away for 10 years. But they still continue. Tomorrow, after Bente Quattro journey here, and I don't care about money at all. Truly, I don't. I've woken up maybe 2,000 days in my journey with no money at all. It's kind of funny. Sometimes I throw it away for fun. See what happens next. Wake up in the morning with no money for a cafe, fine. To witness their vuoto assoluto, complete emptiness, where next to their tributed writer, they cannot see, hear, or feel a single word I say in English or Italian from 1 metre away. And tomorrow, after Bente Quattro journey of sharing the truth in 3 separate languages next to their tributed writer, 3 separate languages outside the church doors with mother and child right there, I've included Andrea Camilleri's own text in Where Have They Gone, written a couple of weeks ago, maybe more than that. And still, I watch the very same adults walking past with absolutely zero compassion or empathy whatsoever. And I wrote this too. Take all the time you need. Would you offer a piece of bread to a dying man in need? Take all the time you need. And that is what's happened to them. They're absolutely void. just this. They cross this section doing the sign of the cross. And this is just the truth, la verita pericolo, of exactly what I've witnessed. But even though they believe, their compassion and empathy and eyes and ears and hearts have completely disappeared. So what exactly do they believe in? I believe in the children and all of the creatures of reality with God, nature, and I watch them in their complete and total emptiness, not taken away from the good people I've met here, which are many. I know many faces, many, many good people. And the vast majority of moving adults have lost all empathy and compassion and the ability to see, hear, or feel anything at all from this distance away for many, many years. And they refuse, absolutely refuse to hear it, see it, or feel it. They walk around in their ghost walking, zombie, robotic existence. It's just the truth. And from 1 single meter away, they have lost the ability to see, hear, or feel anything at all. They have a very, very serious disease. And because of that, including guaranteed Andrea Camilleri's statue right there, guaranteed 5 years ago in Rome before he died, he saw the same in Rome, as I did when I played there before the last 60-day journey in Campo de Fury, and 6 years ago, and 7 years ago, and 8 years ago, and 9 years ago. They absolutely refuse to hear the truth of the greatest artist of all time in English, Italian, German, or any language whatsoever. They just continue. And that's what I wrote here. Do you remember how heartbeat felt? It's just like watching a conveyor belt. They absolutely refuse to see, hear, or feel anything at all from 1 single meter away. No matter how much truth there is, they absolutely refuse it till the end of time lapse. It's sad to see. I'm happy to be here. I really am. I'm writing faster here than I did in Rome. I'm writing faster here than I did in Masala and many other places too. It's a beautiful place. I know many good people. I'm taking beer and cafe on credit in every single direction, and food, because that's what they become. I'm not exaggerating. From the distance from myself to Andrea Camilleri, 99% of the adults crossing this portal of insanity have lost the ability to see, hear, or feel anything at all. I wrote right here, right there, so emotionless, because that's what they are. That's what they are. Refuse to give 5 cents or 5 seconds or a piece of bread to a writer of 20 years sitting next to their tributed writer. So I put it to you, if that's the case, for a writer of 20 years sitting next to their famous tributed writer, then needless to say, they wouldn't give 5 seconds or a piece of bread to a homeless brother or sister either. Many of my best friends on the road. And how long have they been like this? Well, from my observations, 7 years minimum. And then, well, the statistics say 10 years. And one lady I met in Set from Ireland said 20 years. Think about that. God bless.